Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Tristan, and today in this video, what I got going on for you guys is I want to discuss the upcoming MOCHA dunk low, also known as the CACAO Wow dunk low, which I know I probably messed up that name a little bit, maybe, but we're just going to get into it because I know some people are interested in this dunk low, which is loaded up for July 28th, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to get into all the drop details, where this one is happening, and how you could potentially secure your pair, increase your chances. I'll get into all that, so feel free to check my Instagrams, any of that down below. Been posting, looking for some pairs here occasionally, and I actually am going to start posting here again, like, you know, mainly like, it won't be like personal posts of like me, like, you know, wearing some pairs. Well, it might be, but like, it's mainly going to be, you know, like informative posts, maybe like posts about like shoes that have dropped this year, you know, what's like your favorite one. I have some ideas. I'll let y'all know. And of course, my friend and I's group, don't miss out on the undermarket deals we do every day for our members, and of course, everything else that is offered. You guys can see it right here, all our reviews, so feel free to read those and know that we are legit. And of course, you can check out everything else offered here, our free app for members, early information on all drops, low-key flips, showing you how to buy, and of course, then the deals, which you guys can see an example of some recent ones we've done. We got tons on the way this week, some clothing items, some sneaker items, and yeah, start having more success with us. So hope to see y'all down below. Get in that wait list. You'll get a response within 24 hours. Start cooking with us, and let's get started. And you can subscribe and like if you want more videos like this. Let's try to tune your likes, but that's it. Let's really get into it. So thank you for cutting for the cashback reminder. As always, Nike's been having some good sales recently, but as you guys can see with this dunk low, it is going to be dropping July 28th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, as we did mention at the start of the video. And one thing about this is I do think that these will be good stock, because Nike originally had loaded this release for, I think it was July 10th earlier this month, and then it unloaded, and now we have it a couple weeks later, which makes me think that Nike is now prepared, maybe more pairs to drop for this one, which would be kind of nice, because I know there is a large amount of people that do want this pair for the personal collection. Now, it's my folks that are wearing anything above a 10.5. I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to rock these. They aren't making them in extended sizes, only up to size 12W. So if you're 11 plus, it's just not one that you'll be able to add to your personal collection. Maybe there'll be like some sort of drop down the line, but I don't think there's a version of this dunk low that they've made yet really in men's sizes. But overall, you guys can see the $110 retail price. Here's, the drop time and all that, and all the photos we have for this sneaker. It is a very clean and simple colorway. Of course, some people may be wondering, hey, haven't these already dropped? Like, I've seen people with pairs of these in hand for months, and yeah, the truth is these have dropped. I mean, we've seen JD drop them earlier this month. I think even last month we have F&L release them via like exclusive access or something. So I mean, there has been pairs of these coming out slowly, and there also was a lot of them at JD in-store. I know they've been hitting JD in-store since last month, so these have just been kind of circulating around, hence why you already kind of have a slightly formed market on StockX, so where some pairs are going for more, some are going for less. We kind of can see which ones will have more stock, which ones will have less stock, and I mean that it's usually pretty similar on drop day. Of course, some of the ones that tend to have more stock are like 11W, 9.5W, 10W. Those tend to be some of the more stock sizes. Same with some of the smaller ones like 8W, 7W. But those also tend to be some of the very popular ones, since it's a woman's dunk low. So those are going to be the more targeted ones always, because those are the more popular women's sizes, tend to be kind of the 8W, 10W range, I believe. I mean, of course, there are smaller ones for a reason, but let's just kind of get into the resale prices right now, since I know some of you guys are interested in the sneaker for that. So you all can see dropping from 5W to 12W. Basically, with this shoe, it's pretty simple to tell how it will resell. The bigger size you get, the more you will make. It is as simple as that with this sneaker. So if you're wondering what size to target, maybe you target like a 10W, a 12W. You can see 10W is a good flip, but some of those ones are going to be really hard to get. Even 11W, go for those. I mean, that's a high stock size usually, but I mean, still flipping pretty good. And I don't see these bricking super hard on drop day. They already were at a low point. Like, originally when these were going to drop on Nike July 10th, they were at like 150, 140, and people were like, are these dunks going to brick? And then Nike, didn't load them up anymore, and they've kind of slowly, been rising. Some of the bigger sizes have made some really good progress, just because people have realized there isn't as many of them out there, and also the people that had a lot of stock originally sold most of them off. So now there isn't as many people with sizes like 12W, 11.5W, even like 10W, 10.5W. But it just shows you that there's good demand for this dunk low as well. You can see it doesn't have the lightning bolt symbol or anything. Of course, it will on drop day. You're going to see more people going to apps to buy this one. It's just a lot of people are holding out for that main Nike release, since Nike has done a decent job of promoting it. Most people do know about it. And one thing I want to say, I could be wrong about this, but I believe these were originally set to drop on sneakers, and now they're on the Nike app. So I could be wrong about that detail, but I think these have now switched drop location. But again, I think I'm wrong about that because I think these have always been on the Nike app. So I'm just going to mention that fact. But again, the current price is between $160, $220. Where do I see them going? Probably dropping like around $20 realistically. Maybe 12W, probably like 11W and 12W. Those sizes tend to have pretty good stock. So I can see them at like 180, maybe even 170. So that'd probably be my realistic range for these ones. I would see them at probably 140 to 180. Personal resale prediction with the bigger sizes going for more. So anything like 10.5W plus, that's where you're going to make more money from the sneaker if again you're looking to resell it. And as you guys can see, when looking at the prices for them right now, you can see slight progress, like kind of rising, but it really isn't anything too crazy. Like you can kind of recognize it. Like it's somewhat noticeable, but it isn't like a crazy trend. It's just because the reason these are, making a little bit more progress up right now is because there isn't as many out because they haven't, done that Nike drop yet. But these could potentially rise a little bit after the Nike release. I just want to say a MOCHA themed dunk low, that's not something we should just ignore. You look at the MOCHA ones, any type of, colorway like that, even the MOCHA Jordan 1 low, I mean, go look at anything like that. They do pretty decent over time. I think the MOCHA lows have done well over time. Let me check on that. I mean, yeah, check these out. These MOCHA lows have made pretty decent progress over time. I mean, in some of those sizes, like 12, 12 and a half, 30, like look at that. Pretty good. So I'm just going to say you should hold on to these MOCHA dunk lows. Might be a good bet. If you hit retail, I wouldn't go out of the way to pay resale unless you're getting a really good deal. My personal thoughts. So aside from that, a couple other things we will mention for this dunk low. If you want to learn about some other tips to copying this dunk low, of course, one of the ones I can mention right out the gate is going to be making more Nike accounts. So if you have your phone, of course, don't forget you can use Chrome browser on your phone and you can actually make another account right there on that browser. Same with Safari. The main things you're going to need for making another account is a different phone number and different email. So keep that in mind. For those accounts, those are the only things you will need. Now, of course, down below in our group, you guys can buy accounts, or we can even show you how to bot if that's something you want to learn to, increase your chances. Because a lot of people think it's very complicated to get started, but you can actually start out with renting bots, and it's not as difficult as people think. But definitely making more accounts and also using different payment methods across those accounts, that is very essential. And also jigging the address. So I'll get into, using different payment methods across your accounts. You really want to use one card per account. That is ideal. Don't forget, you can use things like Privacy, Revolut Online. Those are virtual card providers, and they allow you to make more virtual cards. You can connect to a debit card and then generate more virtual cards off that you can then connect to those accounts, and then they'll just charge whatever account that debit card is connected to. So very useful to use that. Very useful to make more accounts. Using multiple devices for those different accounts tends to be the best step. Don't forget, you can use multiple Chrome users. You just go up here to the top right, click this little icon right here, right? And then look, you can click add, and you can just add a Chrome user, and on each one of these, you will just be able to, put a different Nike account. So very simple tips I'm recommending to you guys right there for increasing your chances with the Nike app release. Because don't forget, Nike now allows you, I believe, to enter on your computer. So that's one thing that is, kind of changed up recently because they weren't allowing people to really enter on computer for Nike app releases. Now it's a lot easier to do that. So you can just, go in, click enter, check out. All the same as, pretty much a sneakers drop. You can do this with sneakers stuff too, because don't forget, Nike accounts and sneakers accounts, exact same thing, just two different platforms. So keep that in mind. But yep, those are the current resale prices. Don't forget, also link this video down below. Gives a lot of useful tips, kind of diving into sneakers and some of the things you can do, like even changing like the account gender to like increase your chances. There's lots of very small tips and tricks you can do, like targeting one size, for example, let's say your personal size is 9, only targeting that size for a few drops, and then maybe if you start hitting in that size, just start going for it consistently. You'll notice some results with it over time potentially. So that's one thing I will mention. Of course, it won't work with everyone, but yeah, that's what I can mention to you guys. And don't forget, this is another raffle. I might link this raffle down below. I haven't seen many for this sneaker, and it will probably load up on Foot Locker as well for July 28th. So stay tuned. It isn't on there yet, but I expect it to be there soon. Of course, you can see my cashback providers who always are giving cashback tips in the group, since it's very useful with things like brick flips, like shoes that normally sit. You can get cashback on them. Very useful. So I might link my cashback referral code down below. You guys can sign up there, start getting cashback on your sneakers, and actually you're on your first sneaker purchase, you get $30 free, and we both get it. So boom, if you want to do that, hey, you get a free 30, you can save some money there. So aside from that, that's pretty much what I can mention about copying the sneakers, some tips and tricks, a comparison. Again, I do see these rising over time, just got to let them age. But again, there's potential for them to restock. But I think the drops for this shoe have been very weird, very strung out over the course of like a month and a half. I think that's going to make it different for the shoe. So we'll kind of see. And don't forget, you can check out my friend and I's group down below, get in that waitlist if you want to become a better reseller. Don't forget the undermarket sneakers we offer, all the tips on, showing you how to buy, sourcing your own, guides to show you like how to make money on your own with like reselling, like sourcing pairs. I'm trying to think, like brick flips, again, showing you, also our in-store outlet monitors. Don't forget, you can check your local Nike outlets and see what's available with our stock monitors. So yeah, that's another thing. And you can start cooking your outlets and get like 15% off there. Use some of the tips we provide. So that's it. I'm gonna end that screen recording. I hope to see y'all down below. And yeah, you can start cooking with us and let me know what you guys think about this dunk low. Are you gonna be going for it? I think it's a great drop and you shouldn't miss out on it. So I'm Tristan. Thank you guys. Subscribe and like down below if y'all want to. Let's try and hit 200 likes. And a little great voice crack right there. Let's just end it off now. Yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. See you then. Peace.